Okay, here's the next update on my project 728i, and continuing on, we are now onto the left hand doors. We're doing the colour change and we're doing the door jambs. So I have removed the doors and disassembled things as little as possible, because these things are old and things break when you try and do stuff with them. So doing that, I am sanding it down. I'm using these foam sanding blocks. This is 320 grit. You do it wet and you just scuff up the surface of the existing paint where it's going to be seen. So like on the back door, it's basically here around, and it basically stops here. You won't see anything sort of down here. I'm still going to paint it. And in here, I'm just going to throw a bit of paint at this surface here up to this point. I'm not going to go in there. I'm not going to go there because just not going to see it, and I just cannot be bothered going to that extent. I'm going to have to mask off the seal around when I paint, and I'm not going to paint this bit here because quite honestly, if you've got a passenger jumping in the back, they're not going to be looking at that at all and going, ooh, he didn't paint that bit when he did his colour change. So that's the door, the driver's door, sorry, the passenger's front door. I've done a similar thing, getting it all ready. And I have just sanded down the door jambs. So I've just masked it off, so I'm just sanding a portion of it up to the edge. I've left the sill plates in because, again, to remove those, I think the front one might be urethane down, the back one less so, but I'm just masking around it. And yeah, I've just scuffed up the paint. I've removed the, I pushed the wiring loom connector back in there. I'll pull it out when I'm ready. I've taken off the latches. Be careful when you're taking off the latches because there's a plate behind that can drop down. So I took off one bolt at a time and turned it, and then put that top bolt back in to retain the backing plate. Otherwise you'll be getting out your magnet to go try and find it. And yeah, so this is basically already, I can see a couple of shiny patches still, which I missed, which I will address right there, although there's a rubber boot around there, and just on that as well. So yeah, the next job here is the big mask up and then put colour and clear coat on. So I will be back. I think I'm finally getting better at putting clear coat down. I've been going too fast. You just got to slow it right down. It's a fine balance between going so slow as the course runs or going at the right speed to get it right. Yes, left door's done. So I have charged on and got a bit of this door jamb painting done without videoing it. So just adding to this update and finishing off. The door jambs are now done. So, and I've just put the doors back on, and you can see the new colour there versus the old colour. And it's come up really well. I mean, it's not perfect, but for a door jamb, See a little bit of orange peel there, but for a door jamb it's probably better than factory. So not unhappy at all about my achievements here. It all comes apart and back together very easily. You take the stuff off, you mask up that, and yank a pin out there, undo a couple of bolts and the wiring harness, and it all comes off. So that's all back on. I did the sill as well, but that is going to be covered up by the plastic one, but I just did it for practice more than anything else. So door jambs, boot jamb done, and next up I've been looking at the bonnet, or sorry, the engine bay. Next up I think I'm going to be, God, it's a bit dusty. I'm going to be taking the the bonnet off the car. It's pretty simple to do. I'll get a mate around to help me do that, and I will remove the likes of a bit of trim, the lower windscreen trim area, all that stuff, and I'm going to paint the new colour in the bonnet jamb in here basically, and then I'll also do the side of the bonnet. May even do the underside of the bonnet. It's not going to take much work to put a whiff of paint on that, and most of it I'll only do the outside. Most of it is covered, so might as well do that. But what I won't be doing is inside here. The new colour is not that far removed from the Stratus colour, and yeah, it's an engine bay. It's not going to look unusual to leave that. So that's it, and then after that I will be looking to possibly paint more of the small bits, the wing mirror covers, these little bits in front of underneath the headlamps, and then I'll take the bonnets off, the bumpers off, and I think I'll paint them, and then we're on to the main body itself, and I'm going to start by sanding down this epoxy primer. I'm going to flatten that. I'm going to get probably some 2K primer filler. I think that's the product I need, and start sanding back the whole body is the next big job. Take the tail lights out, rear bumper off, and yeah, basically get into a decent bit of sanding, then priming, primer filler, and then my attempt at blocking the primer back. See how flat I can get it looking, and then at some point I'll stop, and then I think I'll hand it over to the painter to do the final priming check, and as I've said before, base coat and clear coat. I would attempt the whole thing myself at home, but I'm a little concerned about painting an entire car at home, especially the clear coat, because it's 2K and it's got some nasty compounds in that you don't want to be breathing. I have got the mask and everything, but the clear coat stuff will just go everywhere in a home environment, although there's plenty of room around here. Plus I think a painter will just do a better job at those final coats, especially the clear coat. I've done all right so far with the door jambs, etc., but yeah, it's a different story actually putting it down onto the body itself. It's a whole new world. So that's the update for now. It's late November 25. Next update in another month or two or so. Bye for now.